Welcome to this week's CIOPCC tour. We're going to do a favorite collection this week. It's going to be kind of a long one. This is the DC Universe Classics, but you can't really talk about the DC Universe Classics unless you start with the beginning. So it's actually covering several lines, starting with Mattel's work with a line called Batman. Now here we have some carded examples. This line was from 2003. It morphed fairly soon, after just a few waves, into what they call the DC superheroes, which you're seeing a bunch of those carded up there. This is a line I am complete on. So that line lasted, again, several waves. And some of those figures that were in the DC superheroes, because it's the exact same format and style as DCUC, we ended up seeing later on. Mattel did love to reuse stuff. Oh, and there's a Man-Bat, and below him in the box, there's the Man-Bat that was clear. Those were San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. So this line, along with really kind of introducing us with Mattel to the 6-inch style for the Batman, more comic book related, not movie or animated series style of action figures, also introduced us to the Four Horsemen, who were doing work for them. This is really kind of their first huge line. They also did Harry Potter for Mattel, and of course Masters of the Universe Classics. So some of those were then reused in the DCUC line, which came next. So let's look at some of those. There's a ton of those. So we're talking 20 some waves. There were variants in every wave. As you can see, there's special box sets. They covered just about every possible character you could want. There were store exclusives, there were con exclusives. This is a wave I'm almost complete on. I'm missing a few of the minor releases towards the end. I'll eventually pick them up. They're not too hard to get. The only thing I missed that is very hard to get, and I don't ever intend on getting, is the Naked Cheetah variant from one of the earlier waves. As I said, most of the waves had variants, so you'll see the carded figures are usually the variants that I have on the top shelf there. Every wave did a Build-A-Figure. Those are the taller, larger figures. I used to know how to do those Build-A-Figures back then. Just about any character in the DC universe got produced in this line. It is one of my all-time favorites. It is kind of a hard one to be a completist on, though, thanks to all the variants. It morphed into what's called the Signature Collection, but again, this is really the same format, 6-inch figures. They fit in perfectly with the earlier releases. And if you thought that was it, there's a whole another shelf worth up here. This was a Comic-Con exclusive, this complete set here. And I'm gonna just show you, because I don't know when else I would show you. This top shelf over here is what I consider my Batmobile Garage. These are pretty much 5- and 6-inch scale Batmobiles from a bunch of different lines, all parked together on an angle on the top shelf. But that's not the end of the DCUC. We come around this way, on this side over here, we've got some more. The line actually morphed again, still keeping that 6-inch format. They're keeping the Batman Unlimited line, then they also became what Mattel called their Multiverse line. And I'll show you the Multiverse here in a second. They all follow the same format, and it's, as I said, a huge series. So the Multiverse, we got those babies down over here. Now, I am not complete on the Multiverse. There's a couple of waves I'm missing, but the only thing I'm really missing that I want to pick up is the Zoom, because he has the head for the King Shark, and it's the only part of that bath that I'm missing. So there you go. If you're looking for Mattel 6-inch figures, in the DC series, there's plenty of them. Thanks for watching. Until next week. Bye-bye.